Okay, so number 16 on the algebra review number 2. We're going to go to Desmos. And we're just going to graph each side. So this might have been kind of a goofier one. So I'm going to go y equals, should I have each side separated on this one, or should I just set them equal to each other? Okay, yeah, let's set them equal to each other, see what happens. So we're going to go 5 raised to the, make sure you put this in parentheses because you have kind of a grouping of stuff. So you have x minus 1. And then make your exponent come down, equals 5 raised to the, and again, put it in parentheses, 3x plus 5. Okay, so the nice thing is, this is just telling you wherever crosses the x-axis will be the answer. So you kind of, so where do you think that's crossing the x-axis? If you can't see right where it crosses the x-axis for some reason, sometimes you have to trick it and say, well, also graph me y equals 0. Oops. And if you do that, then you can see the intersection of the two, and it's somewhere in there. It comes out to -3 though. So just, if you can't, if it's not working for you to put a dot on it, just keep zooming in, and it seems pretty obvious that it's at -3. That's all you'd have to do. Somebody asked, how much work do we have to show? -3. Well, what else do I have to show? The negative sign. Anything else? The 3. That's it. Desmos does the work for you. Any of those others, 18 or 20, you need to see, or are you okay? So sometimes, if you graph each side independent of each other, you can't see the intersection. So what then you just do is just type in the question, and wherever crosses the x-axis is the answer. Okay? We good? All right. We are on the next. You all have algebra review number 3 as part of your packet or your book. All right. So I'm going to just give you some notes on this, and let's see how we do. All right. So I'm going to make up 2 different problems. I'm going to say that f at x is equal to 2x minus 6, and g at x is equal to x minus 7. Seem okay so far? So if they were to say, I want to know what f at 10 would be, you're going to use this equation. So you get 2 times 10 minus 6. So that's 20 minus 6. So today it's 14. Or if they gave you like g at 3, you're going to plug 3 in, and you get -4 for an answer. So you need to look at what the letter is in front, and that'll tell you if they give you two different linear equations written in functional notation. If it's f at a number or a g at a number, you find the appropriate one that's f or g, and then you replace. Okay, so that's the first thing. If I'm subtracting, like on number 2, if I was subtracting 2 from each other, I would just go. So if it asked us, hey, what is I think I have a misprint on that one. Oh, I know what they're asking. They want f at c minus d. Okay? Do I have an equation that is a c or a d at all? No. Does anyone want to take a shot at what we should do with c minus d? So it looks obscure. It's like, wait, this doesn't really take place. This means I'm going to replace x with c minus d. So this would be 2 parentheses minus 6. That's where x used to live. Hey, my friend, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. What we're going to do, and we're on review, algebra review number 3. And we just went over the 3 homework problems. Or we went over one of the 3, but pretty sure you got it right. The 15, 18, 16, whatever it was. So on this one, what I'm going to do is, because I have C minus D and there's no C or D's in my problem, that means I'm going to replace, wherever I have X, I'm going to put C minus D in place of it. So I just plug it in here. Technically, you should distribute over. And this is your answer. So you're plugging 2 variables in for a single variable on this particular one. Okay? All right. Yeah, this is. I don't have notes on this. I was just winging an example that kind of looks similar to the first 4 problems. And then number 4. So let's bring up an equation. Let's do g at x is equal to 3x minus 5. And they want us to do this. Uh-oh, come on. Okay. They want us to do this. Does anybody know what this is? Any of my pre-calc takers? Anyone recognize that? It's the long way of how you find a derivative. Okay? So for this problem, I'm going to give myself a little space. I'm going to move this all over. Okay, ready? I got to write with my finger because my pen's being goofy. So, first thing, I'm going to take my equation, and I'm going to plug x minus h into it. So I get 3x plus h, I said minus h, I'm sorry, minus 5. That takes care of this. All I did is I replaced x plus h for x into the equation. Good so far? Then I'm going to subtract whatever g at x is. G at x was 3x minus 5. So change of color. So I'm going to go minus 3x minus 5. I wonder if this will work. Nope. 3x minus 5. And then it's all going to be divided by h. Okay? So I'm going to extend the page so we can see it. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go 3 times x and 3 times h. So I get 3x plus 3h minus 5. Distribute the negative here and here. So I'm going to get plus 3x plus 5. And then the whole thing's going to be divided by h. All right. I already made a mistake. I was supposed to distribute a negative. That was supposed to be a minus sign. All right. So things to note. I have a positive 3x. I have a negative 3x. They cancel. Agree? I have a negative 5. I have a positive 5. They cancel. So I wind up with 3h over h. What do the h's do? Cancel. So this whole answer comes out to 3. So those of you who took pre-calc and heard the term derivative, what's the derivative of 3x minus 5? 3. But this is the long way of doing it. Okay. So I think we've done enough damage for today. So let's do algebra review number 3. And from time to time, I just need to warn you that I might walk around the room and just do a double check that you have it for points. But I'll put the 3 points in. If you were here today, I'll put the 3 points in for yesterday's assignment. I probably missed an assignment or two, but please forgive me. At some point, we're going to have to do a quiz The quiz will be all on Schoology. You get to work with each other. You get to use your notes. Cool? I'm sure some people are like really upset about this. Like, I quit. I'm out of here. So